JJ, welcome to Breakdown. November the 2nd. Guess what happened last night?
World Series game?
World Series, but we're talking football this right now.
Oh, college football, yeah.
College football. What happened last night in college football?
Well,
College playoff rankings came out.
they came out. Yes, they did.
You want to talk about it?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, JJ. Number one. Were you surprised?
No, I was expecting Tennessee to be number one.
Tennessee is number one. And then JJ said he was expecting they got a big win over Alabama. Who's number two?
That would be Ohio State.
The Buckeyes. Were you surprised?
No.
Okay, so JJ hasn't been surprised. Okay.
Were you surprised?
I'll get to that later. Let's go to number three. Who's number three?
It's Georgia.
Georgia. You surprised?
Again, I'm not surprised.
Okay, JJ's not surprised at 1, 2, 3. Who's number four?
Clemson.
Clemson from the ACC. Are you surprised?
No.
He's still not surprised. Man, okay. I thought you were an amazing Blue fan.
Yeah, but they revealed the results in reverse order, so you saw the top 25. You saw how many teams Clemson were in the top 25. Okay. You got to see their justification in real time because of how they revealed it.
Okay, because based on how things went, you were okay. Okay, so top four doesn't surprise JJ at all. Number five.
Michigan, that was a little surprising. I thought TCU might have been ahead of Michigan.
Okay. Number six.
Alabama. I mean, also a little surprising. I thought TCU would have been ahead of Michigan and Alabama.
Okay, so we'll say TCU was number seven. TCU. Why would you think TCU would be ahead of those teams?
They have a stronger resume.
Okay.
I mean, they've only beaten 2 teams that are currently ranked in the top 25, but they have beaten 4 teams that were ranked at the time of playing. And their strength of schedule, I think, is third out of. It's really high. So I figured that they would have gotten the benefit of the doubt.
Okay, let's talk about this ranking in these games before we move on to your predictions. The top.
So, any surprises for you in that top?
I was surprised Michigan didn't get their normal Michigan reputation points. Normally, Michigan get points just based on their reputation. So that surprised me that they were not fourth because of that, ahead of Clemson. That's just me, though. Okay, JJ. Clemson, number 4, in South Bend this coming weekend. Will they be number 4 Sunday?
I would imagine so. I mean, I think it's a pretty good matchup for Notre Dame, actually. I think they have a pretty stout defense, and they're going to basically load the box and make whoever the quarterback is beat them, is what I would do if I'm Clemson. I would not let Will Shipley beat me, their running back. He's been on a tear recently, and he's been the bell cow for Clemson's offense, and I would try to make a quarterback that literally got benched against Syracuse for them to pull that game out. So
how bad does Notre Dame need to win this game?
I don't think they need to. I mean, I think Marcus Freeman will be fine. I think Tommy Rees, their offensive coordinator, needs to win this game.
What about their fans? Oh, we're at South Bend. Notre Dame has a history of performing well at home.
I mean, you'd want that because if they were to beat Clemson, their chances of going 8-4 are a lot better. Okay. I think there's a kind of a discrepancy between an 8-4 season and a 7-5 season. I think it's just 7-5 and 6-6 is very disappointing. Where 8-4 is it's mildly disappointing for a program like Notre Dame, but it's not like it. That can happen.
Okay, let's get to the SEC and Big Ten. I want you to take over which game we're going to discuss, and where you want to go first. SEC or the Big Ten? Or were there any other top 25 teams in the playoff rankings that you wanted to talk about?
Not particularly.
Okay.
Just 4 Big Ten teams and 5 SEC teams.
Okay, which is kind of disappointing Arkansas wasn't there, but they'll get there. All they gotta do is take care of business. They'll get there. Okay, let's go, JJ. Let's talk about this coming week's games.
All right, the game of the week will be in Athens, Georgia, as Georgia's an 8-point favorite over the number 1 team in the country, the Tennessee Volunteers.
Georgia is an 8-point favorite over the number one team in the country. You know what? Tell me your take on that. 8-point favorite. Georgia game. And why would Georgia be an 8-point favorite?
They're the defending national champions. I think that probably has something to do with it. But yeah, I think Tennessee, if anything more than 7, I was gonna go with Tennessee. I could see them losing by 7, but I think they absolutely can keep it close. Georgia, they don't have a good record when they give up 30 points or more. I guess a lot of teams probably don't. They don't usually do that, and I think Tennessee has an explosive type of offense that can do that.
So you're taking Georgia and giving the points?
I'm taking Tennessee to cover.
Okay. I got to write all this down. So JJ is taking Tennessee to cover. I'm taking Tennessee to win. I don't think Georgia got a shot. Tennessee's a better team.
I think Georgia has a shot, but
do you?
I wouldn't be surprised if Tennessee won, but I wouldn't be that bold. At least not right now.
Well, we're both picking Tennessee to cover. What other games out there?
The second best matchup of the week would be in the Bayou in Baton Rouge.
Ooh.
Where
Death Valley.
LSU is a 13.5-point home underdog against Alabama.
I'm selling my house tomorrow, laying everything on LSU, JJ. Will I be homeless come Sunday?
I mean, you're more brave than I would be. I would take LSU to cover, but I wouldn't put the house on it that's for sure. I can see Alabama, being up 7 and scoring a touchdown in the last couple minutes or something like that, just to sneak in a cover. But the thing about LSU is they have a really good quarterback. Jaden McDaniels has been the transfer from Arizona State, has been playing really well.
Yes,
unfortunately for him, his offensive line has not.
You keep saying that, and they keep winning.
Well, did you see the Tennessee game? Did they win that game?
No. They did not win that game.
Okay.
Tennessee killed them.
Yeah, and I think Alabama...
As they will do the Georgia. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But yeah, I think Alabama won't necessarily kill them, but I think Alabama should win. But I'm going to take LSU to cover. 13.5 feels like a lot for a well-coached team with talented players, even if... And Alabama hasn't really been blowing a lot of teams out lately. I mean, outside of Mississippi State, there was the Texas A&M game that they won on the last play, the Tennessee game that they lost, and then there was another close game that they played. I can't remember who it was.
Hey, the first 2 games you've given JJ, man, I gotta take the points in both of those games, and I'm comfortable that the team not only getting the points, but I'm comfortable that the team will win. But that's just me. I've been wrong before. I think back in, was it 19 something, I was wrong, but I'm just going out there, JJ. Okay, we both agree with both those games though. Who you got next?
Next, I guess to wrap up the SEC, we can talk about Arkansas and Liberty.
My favorite school.
Yeah. So Liberty is 7-1 with their only loss coming to Wake Forest by 1 point.
Okay. And Liberty is also ranked in the AP's top 25.
They are ranked in the AP.
And Arkansas is not.
Yeah.
So what's the spread on that game?
It's another 13.5-point spread.
13.5 points. JJ, I just say this. Who's giving and who's getting in those 13.5 points? Because we just said
the home SEC team is the one that's going to be giving points to the road
and
Sun Belt.
An unranked Arkansas team is giving points to a ranked.
Well, the only thing that matters, neither one of them is ranked in the college football playoff.
Well, and the AP has Liberty ranked in the top 25. Liberty has a pretty good coach.
Yeah, he's the favorite to be Auburn's next coach.
How good is their coach?
Well, there's a reason he's the favorite to be Auburn's next coach. I'd say he's pretty good.
Liberty came pretty close to going undefeated last year. I think they ended up losing the game. Lost. I think the year before that, though, they may have been undefeated. I think they lost to either Mississippi or Mississippi State last year. This year, they've lost, like you said, a 1-point loss to Wake Forest, which is a top 25 team. And Liberty themselves is ranked in the top 25. Arkansas is unranked. You comfortable giving 13.5 points against Liberty and Hugh Freeze?
Yeah, it's like it's a Sun Belt team on the road at an SEC environment. I would hope that they would be able to do so. I mean,
Yeah, Wake Forest probably hoped they could have won by 13.5 points too. They won by 1. I don't know, man. I don't know. But you know what? If Arkansas is playing the Dallas Cowboys giving 13 points, you know who I take?
the Dallas Cowboys.
And no.
Okay.
I'm taking Arkansas. So I'm taking Arkansas in this game against Liberty. And your take on it. Who you taking?
I took Arkansas to cover.
Okay, so JJ, the last 3 games we are spot on, you and I. Are we gonna disagree on anything before this is over?
Well, I mean, I think that's probably the last of the games we're going to talk about since the Big Ten. Their schedule is such a non-starter.
Yeah, they don't have any good games this week. Okay, is there another game we're going to talk about before we wrap things up? You got other games?
The only other game I'd want to talk about, Kentucky's a 1-point favorite at Missouri. The only reason I have interest in that game is because Kentucky's head coach, Mark Stoops, he's a favorite to land the Auburn job. He's not as high as a favorite as Hugh Freeze. I think Hugh Freeze had the highest betting odds in Vegas, but he's one of the top 5 candidates. And I just wanted to see, how locked in he is, with Kentucky. If they come out and really put it on Missouri and make a statement, I think that shows like a coach that's focused, not distracted, and probably might end up staying there. But some coaches want that challenge. I think you could probably win a national championship at Auburn, and I don't think you can at Kentucky. So,
okay, that game is in Columbia, right? It's in Columbia. Missouri upset South Carolina last week.
Pretty badly, and they almost beat Georgia. If their kicker had made.
Yeah, they were leading Georgia for a lot of that game. Man, you know what? I really couldn't. I would have to take Missouri in this game and the points. And what does JJ say?
I'll take Kentucky. I'll take the.
JJ's taking Kentucky.
Yeah.
Kentucky for JJ, and I'm taking Missouri. My daughter wouldn't let me take Kentucky because she got an affinity for Missouri. Okay, JJ, were we going to talk about the Texas A&M game?
Well, Texas A&M Florida. The only intrigue in that game is if Texas A&M loses that game, how hot will the seat be for Jimbo Fisher? Texas A&M is a 3.5-point home favorite against Florida. Who do you got in that one?
You know what?
I got Florida covering.
That game is at Texas A&M College Station. Before I answer, so you think Jimbo's on the hot seat? I mean, what kind of buyout does he have? He's getting a humongous amount of money. A buyout be a lot more than Auburn paid their coach for the buyout.
He has a $95 million buyout, but
say that again.
He has a $95 million buyout.
$95 million. He did say million.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know if Texas A&M's boosters would want to pony up that buyout and then have to go and get the NIL money. Well, yeah, also pay another coach, but then get a recruiting class with the NIL money. It's just a lot of money to have to invest at one moment in time. So, viewers,
would you spend $95 million to buy out a coach? I tell you, I work for the city of Lansing. If anybody at Lansing want to buy me out for a whole lot less than that, they can come and buy me out. But $95 million. To answer your question, JJ, about who I got in that game, I got Florida winning as well. Not just covering, but winning.
I would not be surprised at all. Texas A&M seems to be on a downward spiral. I wish Arkansas got to play them at the second half of the season. I think they'd have a lot more wins because, this is the time of year that their fan base is demoralized and like their hope is gone for the most part.
Another thing, we haven't talked. Texas A&M to me is kind of like Auburn.
Without the national championships.
Okay, true, definitely A&M. But the reason I say they're kind of like Auburn is because their players are jumping ship left and right. Auburn players were jumping ship. Nick Saban talked about Jimbo having the best class money can buy. A lot of that class, they've lost probably at least 4 or 5 stars from that class.
Yeah.
Who have transferred out or just not playing or whatever. So
It looks like Jimbo has definitely lost the locker room.
that's what I'm getting at. That's where I'm going. We're on the same page. And when that, I think they're in a spiral. I think it's just going to spiral. But that's my take. I'm taking Florida. You taking Florida as well to cover. Okay. JJ, are we done?
Let's get out of here.
That's one thing we got to do first.
What?
WPS. We'll pick Sui.
Okay.
All right. Anything you got?
No.
After
what happened on Monday night, let's not even bring up the
Okay.
NFL.
Just WPS. We'll pick Sui. We out of here. Peace out.
Bye.